the Worldwide Manga tag. Nova, come on. Stop. Oh my gosh. I can't handle my life right now. Can't handle it. I can't handle it. We're never going to get that framing down ever again, are we? Okay. That's fine. We can have different framing. Thank you, Nope. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am Britt, and if you haven't subscribed yet, you probably should because I talk about geeky things. And today we are going to be doing a manga tag, the Worldwide Manga tag. I was tagged by Dylan to do this, and it was created by Highland Manga and Prete YouTuber, I think. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into these questions. Number one, where are you from? I live in Minnesota. Specifically, I live in the Twin Cities metro area of Minnesota. Originally, however, I was born in Coon Rapids, but I grew up in a town called Breezy Point, which is a town that nobody has heard of. It's a very small town in the Brainerd Lakes area, which is central Minnesota. Yeah, so I generally say I'm from Breezy Point or from the Brainerd Lakes area because that's where I grew up. So, where do I buy manga? In store and online. I haven't bought manga in a really long time, but I do buy manga whenever I find it for a decent price at conventions. I will go to Half Price Books. I will go to Barnes & Noble, especially if they're running some kind of deal online, either Right Stuff or Amazon. Number three, does your country publish manga? So I don't know if that means like license and publish. So yes, I do not read scanlations. I do not give into the illegal bootlegs of anything. So yes, my country does produce manga, but my country also does produce OEL manga, which is original English language manga. I actually have one. Had GeekCon not fired me, this would have been one of the guests at GeekCon that following year. But yeah, so he has this OEL manga, and it's really cool. It's called Flipside. So I'll leave a link below to where you can check that out. And yes, this is signed by the creator. I bought this from him and he signed it. So very cool. What was your childhood school experience with manga? So I got into manga, specifically got into manga. When was that? 2004? 2003. So the oldest Shonen Jump I have is December of 2003. So how old would I have been? Ooh, I'd have been 17 when I got into manga. I would have been 17 in December of 2003. It's hard to say because I would have been a junior in high school when that would have come out because I graduated in 2005. So I'd have been a junior when I started getting manga. I got into anime when I was 16, but I got into manga when I was 17. So my experience was kind of different because actually manga was kind of cool in my high school. So, I mean, not super cool, but like people liked it. And so it wasn't like I was bullied for being geeky or anything like that. Definitely a thing that was not really made fun of. The only time it ever did was the guy who was making fun of me for literally everything I did. If I breathed, he would make fun of me for breathing wrong. So I really didn't have a school experience or obviously a childhood experience with manga because I didn't get into it until I was almost done with high school. So there you go. Do any of my friends read manga? Not as much anymore. My YouTube friends somewhat still read manga. I mean, obviously Melissa still reads manga. Dylan still reads manga. I don't know if Kay or Kyle-chan really read a ton of manga anymore, and I don't know about Matt either, reading a ton of manga. A lot of my friends that are into anime and manga are mostly into anime, so not really manga people, I guess. But I do have some friends that do read manga, so yes, some of them do. 6, what does your family think of manga? Funny story. So when it comes to my family and manga, my dad has no interest in anime, even though he would love a series like Death Note. He has no interest in reading manga. He has no interest in watching anime, and that's fine. I don't force it on him. But my mother, when I first moved in here, my mother actually had a computer set up down here where my computer currently is set up, and I decided I was going to rewatch Trigun, and so I was rewatching Trigun, and my mom got so interested that by the end of the series she was sitting on the couch next to me watching the rest of Trigun. So I got my mom into anime, which then she got into manga because of that, and she is actually a yaoi fangirl, so. My mom likes manga. My sister, I really can't say anything about her because I don't know, but I know my nieces have some OEL manga, so obviously she's pretty okay with it. I think if it came down to my nieces and my nephew wanting to get into anime, or manga, I think she would definitely turn to me to make sure that a certain series was appropriate for children, and I would be able to let her know those things. So I think she would respect it if her children never got into it, so that I could kind of like explain to her good ones and bad ones and things like that. So finally, there is this bonus question. Do I ever have plans to learn Japanese or visit Japan? So when it comes to learning Japanese, I've actually tried multiple times, but Japanese is just really one of those languages that just doesn't stick with me. And I think partially because I just can't get the symbols down really well. I think that's the biggest issue with me and Japanese. Plus, my interest in learning Japanese has decreased over time. I would love to learn enough Japanese that I could watch an anime or watch Super Sentai where I wouldn't necessarily have to be reading the subtitles all the time, mostly just because of my dyslexia. It'd be nice to be able to just listen and understand. That's actually why I prefer to watch dubs when it comes to anime, for that reason and that reason alone. So, I mean, it ebbs and flows. My interest in it ebbs and flows, and so maybe someday I'll get back into it, and then we'll get on Duolingo and try it again. Actually, funny story, I was going to minor in it in college originally, but I couldn't because there was basically the very first class of the minor always interfered with one of my film classes, one of my major film classes, so it was never going to work out for me to minor in Japanese, so I minored in French instead. And as far as visiting Japan, I mean, I've already been there. Just ignore the spaceship Earth in the background. Yeah, okay, so I've only ever been to the Japanese pavilion at Epcot. I would love to visit Japan. I have always loved visiting other countries. One of my goals is to visit like every continent on this planet, and there's a ton of places that I would like to see. Japan is not on the top of my list, however, unfortunately, Australia is on the top of my list, as well as kind of my motherlands, Norway and Poland are also on the top of the list, and Japan kind of probably falls right underneath them. But yeah, so I mean, eventually I would like to get out to Japan. That would be fantastic. I would love to learn more about the culture, learn more about the history. I would probably, even though I would probably need to know Japanese to go here, I would love to go to Kyoto because it's a lot more historic, though I'm sure there's a lot of history in Tokyo as well, and I'd probably do better in Tokyo as an English speaker. Plus, I have a friend and her husband that live in Japan, so obviously I want to go and see them before they hopefully move back to the United States. I think she said that was part of the plan, was to move back to the United States eventually. But yeah, so I would love to go see them. I'll actually leave a subscribe link at the end to their YouTube channel. Please check them out. They are amazing, and I would love to see them get more and more subscribers. But yeah, so they talk about their life in Japan. They always do Sushi Wednesday where you guys can ask them questions while they eat sushi. There you go. I did the tag. Dylan, you happy? I think I do that every time you do a new tag. Every time you tag me, I think I just say that. Anyway, yeah, so there you go. I am going to tag Kay and Kaio-chan because I keep having to tag them so they do videos, even though Kaio-chan never does tags. But Kay usually tries to do them, even if they're 5 years late. I will see you guys all next week. Just so you guys know, for those of you who watch my Power Rangers content, my Beast Morphers video will actually probably go up on Tuesday. I'll be going to a convention this weekend, so I will not be putting a lot of priority on getting the Beast Morphers video done. But if I can get it done over the weekend, I will absolutely do that, and it will still go up on Monday. Otherwise, it'll go up on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Central Time. So there you go. Want to make sure that gets out there. Since I didn't put that in Monday's video, I wanted to make sure it got in this video, that video will in fact be late, and I'll also say something on Twitter about it as well. But that is all I have for you guys this week. I will see you guys all Monday if you guys like, or Tuesday if you guys like my Power Ranger content, or next Thursday if you don't like my Power Ranger content, and I'll see you guys all next week. Bye. Good grief, cat. That isn't even yours. What are you doing? Okay. Should we start that again? Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am Britt, and if you haven't subscribed yet, you probably should, because I talk about geeky things, and today We're going to talk about manga because I was tagged by Dylan in the Worldwide Manga tag